Government to crack down on environmental offenders. Higher quality potato seeds arrive on island, and IICA assists Delices Toloma Women in Action Group. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. The Honorable Prime Minister has warned that persons who are on the wrong side of the environmental conservation will soon be taken to task. Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit told a press conference last week that increasing indifference to Dominica's image as a clean and green island has led Dominica to take drastic measures.
People are dumping indiscriminately. You know, we're drinking from a styrofoam cup and we're done. We simply just throw it off the bus or throw it off, you know, on the streets. They're bins. Instead of utilizing the bins to dump the garbage, we kick the bins off and we've damaged the bins that are placed by the authorities.
Improper management of household waste is also something which government will not take lightly.
Why should we have to allow the Solid Waste Corporation to pick up banana peel or leaves from villages where we have large backyards, you know, and then we have a problem of collection? Why should we be putting the garbage out at days that we know that the solid waste will not be coming?
According to the Honorable Prime Minister, each person must take personal responsibility for their local and national environment. The Labour Party government is taking the lead to rid the island of this problem, which Honorable Skerrit has described as a disease.
We will be putting more wardens out there. If we have to strengthen legislation, if we have to set aside a night court to bring those of us who would be found following the law to prosecute us, we're going to do those things. Yes, we'll be employing more people to clean the streets, but it is our responsibility as individuals. And the other thing that we have to look at and we have to discuss and engage the stakeholders on, in the next year we need to start discussing the issue of the banning of styrofoam cups, styrofoam plates, and non-biodegradable plastic bags in our country, if the country is. So very early in January, I'll be engaging the stakeholders, the supermarkets, the restaurants, and the importers, the DIIC, the DHTA, the environmental groups, to discuss those issues.
Prime Minister Skerrit revealed that government is likely to ban styrofoam containers in the new year. This onslaught on environmental degradation will take place in consultation with stakeholders. According to the Honorable Prime Minister, the time for talk is over.
Fertilizer, seeds, machinery, pesticides, all these to assist the Toloma Women in Action Group of Delices to get back to full production following the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. On Monday, technical specialists from the American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, IICA, Kent Coppell, handed over these tools to the group.
Since the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, we all know the devastation that the storm did, both in terms of our lives, our livelihood, and very interestingly, the agricultural sector. So we have joined the rest in making a contribution towards the restoration. However, we need to recognize IICA is not a humanitarian aid agency, but headquarters for raising funds among the IICA staff throughout the hemisphere. We were able to raise some resources to put towards helping the Toloma Women in Action Group in restoring the activity as it relates to livelihood.
$16,000 was raised to assist the group. Parliamentary representative for the Lapin constituency, Honorable Peter Seja, praised the IICA for recognizing the hard work of his constituents. He also commended the women's group for its vision.
Following the demise of the banana industry, Delices was one of the first communities that took the whole issue of diversification very seriously. But for most other communities in Dominica, this thrust was led by the male segment of society. But in Delices, we saw a number of women coming together, although I've been advised there are at least 2 men. But a group of women, 28 women, came together and recognizing that they needed to find a way of generating income to sustain their families and communities, they got together and engaged themselves in the production of Toloma. Later on, they also recognized the need that just primary production was not sufficient, and so they got into actually processing the product. And they have distinguished themselves not only locally, nationally, but also regionally.
Honorable Seja says while agriculture remains the pillar of Dominica's economy, agro-processing must be viewed seriously as the next step in growing the sector. The Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drago, in brief remarks, encouraged farmers, especially female farmers, to follow the example of the Delices Toloma Women in Action Group.
In order to make it on the global markets, we cannot continue to operate as small entities. Even within our own structure in Dominica, we are encouraging groups to be formed across the island. In every community, we need to have a farmers group well structured, working with the zones, the extension within the area. I want to say to the women farmers community, farming community of Dominica, that they must establish groups, women groups in other areas. It would be nice if we could have a strong vegetable farmers group of women coming from the valley. We are preparing to start a women group of farmers concentrating on cassava and potatoes in the Kurup, Sons of a Bitisufu area.
He indicated that government will be better able to assist these groups once they are well structured and highly functional. And of course, the women said thanks.
We are very grateful for the support that you have given, and I want to assure you that we will put what you have given to us into good use.
I'm here with Mr. Kent Kopel. He is a technical specialist at IICA, and we just witnessed a donation to the Toloma Women's Group of Delices. A number of items were given to them this morning from funds that were collected from staff of IICA. So, Mr. Kopel, just tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, in events such as Tropical Storm Erica, we witnessed Tropical Storm Erica, we recognize that our farming communities, especially the groups that you're working with, were affected, both in terms of livelihood as well as your own personal encounters with the storm. IICA is not known to be a humanitarian aid donor or agency. We are a technical cooperation agency that provides support to the development of agriculture and rural territories. However, in events such as tropical storm, what happens is the IICA staff members through headquarters would make voluntary donation towards supporting our colleagues in the various islands, as well as our close allies or close clienteles. In the case of Dominica, we have worked with the Toloma Women Action Group through the Dominica National Council of Women, and they were identified as a beneficiary. So a call for proposal was put out, and the various staff members throughout the hemisphere made voluntary contribution towards that. So when we collected that funds, we used it to purchase some basic equipment that would assist them in terms of their livelihood, as well as to get back into production of the major crop that they are dealing with, which is Toloma.
I think that that's excellent that the staff would come together and give such a substantial amount, 16,000 EC dollars. You spoke about some other things that IICA have planned in terms of rapid response. Can you tell us a little bit more about that as well?
Yeah. Since Tropical Storm Erica, what we have is a mechanism by which we can provide support to our various member states. And we do have a country strategy which outlines our technical cooperation program. However, Tropical Storm Erica was not there during the conceptualization of this framework. And as such, we have a mechanism within IICA whereby we can provide support to deal with specific situations. So in that case, we developed a rapid response action which outlines certain technical cooperation actions that we thought would be necessary in terms of building resilience, because our focus now is to build resilience and to assist in the community, farming community, to start to adopt best practices that would reduce on the impact of such a disaster. So we are promoting issues of land sustainability, crop husbandry, developing adaptation plans for specific commodities, as well as to assist farmers now to build resilience through strengthening the type of pens, to look at best practice in terms of crop production. So there will be some upgrading of some farm units, and we can use those as demonstration units to train other farmers to ensure that they can adopt certain practices that would reduce the impact of such disasters.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Yeah. Moving on, great news for potato farmers this Christmas as the awaited white potato seeds arrived on island on Friday. Even greater news, the just recently imported seeds are of a higher quality than last year's, and farmers can expect more seeds per bag at the same price. Agricultural Coordinator of Jamaica, Alvin Maury, has been on island imparting knowledge to farmers on the technology and science of getting a good crop. He says Jamaican farmers have experienced much success. Maury indicates these better quality seeds are a Christmas gift from Government of Dominica to Dominican farmers.
Our mission here in Dominica is to see how much we can learn and how much we can help the potato industry here. So the first move, we watch potatoes growing this year. And the second move is to try to ensure that there was better quality. You know, marketing is big. We have always imported a blue tag with certified class A seeds in this country, and the size of 35 to 55 millimeters. So what Propel has done, and we're glad that the Government of Dominica, Ministry of Agriculture, has agreed and is working closely with us to now bring in one class higher, elite seeds, and bring in smaller seeds, so we don't have to cut them. So when we checked that bag just a while ago, we are seeing minimum of twice or up to 3 times more seeds in the bag.
A 25-kilogram bag usually contains 300 to 400 seeds. Farmers are now getting an opportunity to plant over 1,000 smaller, higher quality seeds. That is 3 times the amount of planting material. Morris says this means production cost will decrease while there will be a greater yield.
The government, Ministry of Agriculture, has agreed to make these seeds available to the farmers at the same price they paid the last crop. So it's a bonanza for the farmers for Christmas. They'll be planting minimum 2 times, up to 3 times more with the same amount of money spent. So we really should see some better production come around.
He says these higher quality seeds also give farmers the opportunity to retain 10 to 15% of the seeds for replanting. Morris says using this method in Jamaica has allowed farmers to produce all the potatoes needed locally. Head of Extension Department Felix Leslie says this can be done here in Dominica as well. The Ministry of Agriculture liaises with the Ministry of Trade to increase the tariff on imported white potatoes to encourage local businesses to buy from farmers. Leslie said last year Dominican potato farmers fell short in supplying the local market, so there is room for more farmers to produce.
We would like to see, in terms of the way forward, an umbrella organization for the potato sector, so that farmers, whether they find themselves in various agricultural regions, but we come together to have a sector that people can depend on. Our students live in school, they can now look at potatoes, young farmers. So people can do, it's a short crop. Within 90 days you have a harvest. So we think it is a crop of tremendous potential. We know that a lot of things has to be done in that, because we've had the Dexias, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Jamaica experience, a lot of things come into play together. But we believe that if we pool our efforts together, that crop is on its way to developing and becoming significant in the agricultural sector.
It is expected that farmers will yield twice the amount of the crop this year. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
It is time to break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. If Dominicans want to benefit from a growing tourism sector, service providers must raise the level of customer service. This is according to the Honorable Prime Minister, who was speaking at the signing ceremony for the second approved Citizenship by Investment project, Tranquility Beach Resort Dominica in Salisbury. Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt says government is creating the environment and locals must prepare for the profits.
Too many of us believe that we can treat customers as we wish. And when complaints are made by simply offering the person for a free meal suffices. We have to ensure that the complaints on the service that we provide can be reduced or even eliminated. That's the only way we're going to survive in the very difficult international tourism environment, because people have choices. And when they come to us, we have to ensure we provide them with the best service. So it is left to us to change our attitude, to think positive of ourselves, to feel good of ourselves, and to recognize that the more people who come to our establishment, it is better for us, it is better for our families, and it's better for the country. So we all have to work together.
The Honorable Minister for Investment, Dr. Colin McIntyre, says while positioning agriculture to drive the economy, government is also aware of the benefits of diversification. One of the directions in which government is branching out is tourism.
Government has encouraged the development of tourism-related services and businesses through the implementation of several programs, including the Eco-Tourism Development Program, Tourism Sector Development Program, upgrading of eco-tourism sites, projects, and establishment of the Discover Dominica Authority. The third medium-term growth and social production strategy, that's the GSPS 2012 to 2014, articulates the medium-term strategy for growth and poverty reduction for Dominica over a three-year period, providing the overarching strategy that will inform the medium-term public investment program and the annual budget presented to Parliament. Growth strategies are set out for the main economic sectors, including tourism.
The concept of diversification is important not only to agriculture, according to Dr. McIntyre. A developing country like Dominica must also employ effective and creative ways for economic growth.
For some time now, we have experienced a dwindling of foreign investment, direct investment. In answer to the plea to increase our foreign earnings, your government crafted a program which is growing in significance and interest. Dominica has received recognition for distinguishing its program as one which is reputable. In the words of our Prime Minister, and I quote, "Notwithstanding the financial benefits of the program, the country must maintain a robust process of verification and there must be no compromise in the government's prudence in considering applicants for consideration under the program." End of quote.
Dr. McIntyre was speaking at the signing ceremony for the second approved Citizenship by Investment project, Tranquility Beach Resort Dominica in Salisbury.
In other news, 14-year-old Kasim Birmingham has won the 2015 DBS Song Contest. From a field of 10 competitors, Birmingham took first place with his piece, Can't Wash Away This Christmas. Second place went to a 4-member a cappella group from St. Joseph, Divine Echoes. They won a trophy, a cell phone, compliments Digicel, and a cash award with their song, Christmas With You. Third place went to Willis Joseph of the Kalinago territory, who walked away with a cash prize for this Christmas. Here's a clip of the winning song.
Christmas is a time of joy, a time when children play and shout, a time of the Christ shall birth, a Savior born into this earth. Christmas is a time for love, worship the Father up above, a a time of Christian gathering when we hear church bells ring. I say you can't wash away this Christmas. I say you can't blot away this great tradition. Christmas carols in the air, my sorrel and my ginger beer. No, you can't, Erica, oh my dear.
Cassim Birmingham took home a trophy, a trip for two compliments Express Diesel, a cell phone compliments Digicel, and a cash award.
And finally, this news time. For the past 65 years, the Government Music Lovers Band has been spreading Christmas cheer during the month of December. On Sunday, December 20th, the Botanic Gardens was filled with young and old alike as the band held its annual Christmas performance. Here are a few clips from the event.
The star of night, star with royal beauty bright, rest but leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect. Now everybody together, glorious now, behold him arise. Glorious now, behold him arise. King and God and sacrifice. Hallelujah, hallelujah, earth and heaven replies. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
And that's the English news. We apologize for not being able to bring you the Creole news in this package. You may have heard of composting and wondered what it is and why should you do it. Stay tuned to find out.
When waste is sent to the landfill, air cannot get to the organic waste. Therefore, as the waste breaks down, it creates a harmful greenhouse gas, methane, which damages the Earth's atmosphere. However, the results are different when the same waste is composted above ground at home.
Oxygen helps the waste to decompose aerobically, which means hardly any methane is produced, which is good news for the planet. And after 9 to 12 months, you get a free fertilizer for your garden and flowers. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here in the GIS News production team, I'm Jarna, Hector.
And I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.